on the network, right?
Mm-hmm. Why the hell is it making me log in to Facebook? I
Oh, there
don't
it is.
get that. You got it?
Yeah, just popped up.
Uh, let's wait and see here. I don't get why it's making me log in again. I don't remember it. But changed about 7 months ago. What does that even mean, bro? That's weird. I don't need it anyway. I'll just read the comments from over from the page. It's public, right? It should be.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Uh, share to a group.
Uh,
Should be able to tag you guys too. Um,
this should be good. I shared it. I
Yeah.
think Phil did too.
Yep. I sent the link to different areas. So we're good. Yo, what's up, George? Okay, boat.
Showboat content. I like his content. I like it. I like
I know, Brandon. Phil don't got the beanie yet. I don't know how to feel.
it.
He's got the goatee lined up all nice too. Phil looked like he just stepped out the shop this afternoon.
Hey, Super Bowl. We got to pull all the stops.
All right, man. Showboat content. I like. All right, man. We are back. What's good, everybody? Welcome to IBTE Sports Podcast. We back, hitting y'all with some more content again. Being consistent, holding to our word. I hope everybody can hear me. If the audio's messed up or anything's messed up, let me know. Yo, Light, what's good with y'all? How y'all been? What's good, Kenny? What's good, Phil?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Can't complain.
Shout out to Neil. We missed you. He's feeling under the weather, but we got to get this thing going without him.
Yes, sir.
That man today.
All right, so what was the take from last week? We obviously talked about it, but we got to let it sit in a little bit more that Tom Brady's going to yet another Super Bowl. I've come into terms with it a little bit easier, but I'm kind of mad because he's doing it in the NFC South. So how y'all feeling that Tom Brady's going back and it's gonna be pretty much baby goat against the goat?
I mean, it's just like you said. We talked about it last week, but after sitting with it for a week, it's like this man has really gone to 10 Super Bowls. Like that is really unheard. We're not going to see anything like this ever again. Like,
Yep.
I mean, Mahomes is great, and I think he's going to be great. But 10 Super Bowls, I really just think that we just have to appreciate greatness because I'm not sure we're going to see anything like this ever again.
No, we're not.
One generation type talent, and a lot of people are upset about it, but it's just the way the NFL works nowadays. Well, until maybe a year or two. Who knows if we'll even go to the 11th or 12th, but we just got to enjoy it in the moment while we can, because years from now, we'll be wondering and telling our grandkids about this.
Well, I think the most impressive thing about it is, like, I wouldn't even say he's a generational talent, quote unquote, like, because like he doesn't have
This is
the
about
arm like a
being
Mahomes.
it's just being a winner.
Right,
At the
that's
end
what
of
I'm
the
saying.
day.
Like, this guy, he's just right. He just finds ways to win the game. Like, he's not the most athletic. He doesn't have the biggest arm, but he knows what to do in the right moment. Like, it's his world, and we're all just living in it.
It may deflate a lot of people, but he knows how to get it done.
Oh yeah, okay. Good choice of words.
he said George said LeBron of the NFL. Some people would disagree. They say because LeBron lost so much that Brady would be Jordan. So that's what they would say. They're going, but
And those people are idiots.
just greatness, man. But what we got, man? What we got, Phil? As far as this, what we looking at for this episode? I was really excited for this episode. Even though I was a little late on doing the stats behind the players that we're gonna be picking today. But where do you want to start today?
Let's see. I think we could start off a light topic of on Facebook we saw our homie and friend Chris Simmons do a lineup thing where you got to set up your own lineup of basically if you had to pick a couple players from your favorite team, a quarterback from your favorite team, two wide receivers. Well, we're gonna adjust it. We're gonna do two running backs and two receivers, and also a tight end, and see who out of the three of us would have the best lineup. And you guys in the chat and comments can see which team would you rather rock with out of me, Lawrence, and Kenny. So I don't know who wants to start off, but go at once.
Kenny, you want to go first?
I guess I'll go first.
I know the Saints team would be better than the Falcons team all time, regardless. So
you wish. You wish.
I'll let you.
One position.
I'll let you.
One position.
One position. All right, now you're just saying anything. Now, go ahead, though.
I'll start off with receiver because I feel like it's fairly obvious. You got to go with Julio Jones and Roddy White. I mean, people might say, "Oh, recency bias," but there's nobody that's suited up for the Falcons that are better than those two. And the fact that I got to watch them play on the same field together is just a blessing. Like, that's phenomenal. Tight end, I'm going with Tony G. We had him towards the tail end of his career, but he still was a Hall of Famer when he was in Atlanta. LG Crumpler was a close second, but I'm going with Tony G. Running backs, I'm going with Michael Turner and Warwick Dunn. People might say, you didn't pick
Michael
Jamal
Turner.
Anderson, the Dirty Bird. You didn't pick Devontae Freeman. No, I did not. Because Warwick Dunn is a Hall of Famer as well. And again, we got him towards the tail end of his career, but he was still a Hall of Fame running back with the Falcons. And Michael Turner, I just recently looked it up. He had 60 touchdowns in his career with the Falcons.
Yeah, he was a problem. He was a problem.
Like his last year was just so bad that people forget how good his peak was with the Falcons. Like he was a phenomenal running back for the Falcons, and he needs to get his flowers. And then at quarterback, I'm probably going to be controversial here because there's a lot of people that are just casual fans, and we all know they would say Mike Vick, and they would be 100% wrong. The answer to the question of who the best quarterback in Falcons franchise history is Matt Ryan. He holds every record except for any QB rushing record. If you say Mike Vick, you're just a prisoner of, I loved playing Madden, and I love watching the guys run around the field. Matt Ryan is the best quarterback to ever wear an Atlanta Falcon uniform.
Woo! Okay, all right. If you're just tuning in, welcome to IBTE Sports podcast, powered, sponsored, finessed by IBTE Network. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. I got my boy Kenny and Phil with me today. Neil's not here today, so we won't hear a bunch of stats and a bunch of yelling and a bunch of just emotional outrages. So we're gonna miss him, but he's gonna definitely be back next week. But here we're just talking about our favorite teams and their our personal all-time favorite teams of our favorite teams. Kenny just went with the Falcons, and I'm gonna go next, and then I'm gonna leave the champion squad to go last because they've had some dogs over there and everything too. But for the Saints, I'm going to start off with the obvious. Drew Brees. He just got done. Leads the league. Well, leads the league in almost every category. Or he's either leading it or he's in top 2 or top 3. He's had a phenomenal career. Sad to see him go, but glad to see him go at the same time because we need some freshness in New Orleans. And going from there, I'm gonna go to the tight end position. This guy dominated from about 2010 to 2013 before he wanted receiver money, and he bumped his head. He was ahead of his time. All he had to do was just wait it out 1 or 2 more years, and he would have got the money. Jimmy Graham, he was an absolute monster. He also caused the league to to stop the dunking on the field goal post because he actually broke one game. They had to bring the level out and everything. And then receiver, we're gonna go with Mr. 150, slant man, slant boy, whatever you want to call him. You can't guard him. You know it's coming, but it doesn't
Carlton
matter.
Davis did.
It doesn't. That was okay. He strapped. No, I'm saying this season,
No.
it's gonna be a wash because if he locks him up next season and when they play him twice, I'm like, all right, he got him. But he's all injured, broken up leg and all that. But I'm gonna say Michael Thomas. He's a phenomenal receiver. I was really glad that the Saints know what they're doing. They get rid of Brendan Cooks. They get rid of Kenny Stills, and they're still able to get that number 1. So it was nice to have in that. And then for the second receiver, I've always enjoyed his game. He's always had some type of swag, smaller guy. Lance Moore. I always loved his game. It was between Lance Moore or Robert Meacham. I feel like Robert Meacham's sample size wasn't large enough for impact for the Saints because he was only there for a short time. But Lance Moore, Devery Henderson. Oh man, I missed that offense.
I was gonna say Dever Henderson.
They had a chance to go short. They had a chance to go medium. That's when Drew Brees was actually throwing the ball 55, 60 yards on the field to Devery Henderson. And then running backs, Alvin Kamara, super, super special. He can really do anything. He can block out the backfield, catch the rock on anybody, contested catches. He can run any route on the route tree, which is really impressive at that position. And his size. And then second running back is going to be the reason why I wear number 26 from when I was really young, Deuce McAllister. Shout out to him. He's a really great running back. And it's so, I don't know, like when you watch your team, Kenny, you could probably say the same thing. Like you just brought up like 4 running backs. It's tough to pick between these guys, but I pick them because of the number thing. But I would also Pierre Thomas. And I feel like Reggie wasn't there long enough for me to say he was truly the best Saints running back ever. He wasn't there long enough. So I'm going to definitely say Deuce McAllister and Alvin Kamara. Phil, you take it. You got a bunch of champions over there, a bunch of hardware on any person you're probably going to pick. So,
I mean, we're going to go the first 2 obvious ones, quarterback and tight end. I mean, they really need no introduction. You'll see them this Sunday coming up in the Super Bowl.
Cam Newton and Aaron Hernandez?
As well. Tom Brady, 6 rings. You know his history in New England. We don't need to repeat it. And Rob Gronkowski, one of the best tight ends to ever do it, arguably. Top 5, top 3, you name it. NFL 100. His resume speaks for itself.
Yep.
Former WWE 24/7 champion. So he,
you're so petty. You're so petty. So,
TV show host, whatever you want to say. His work outside of the NFL as well. Mm-hmm. And then the tough parts for me was the running backs and wide receivers. Well, wide receiver number 1 is obvious, Randy Moss. One of the best receivers also in the league, even though him and Jerry Rice has had some arguments recently. But we'll see how that goes and how that'll play out. And then the second wide receiver, I mean, there's a lot of options. Edelman, Wilker, Branch, Troy Brown. But I'm going to have to go with Deion Branch because he was middle-sized. He's a great route runner. And if I chose Edelman or Wilker.
Deion Branch was a dog. He was a dog. He was a scrapper.
Yeah.
Okay, you even think about, and my fault for cutting you off, you think about all the, these past players, then you think about how decimated the receiver position is for the Patriots now. You look back at, you're like, damn, we really had it. We had it good.
Right.
Like those guys were crazy, crazy good. But now continue.
Oh yeah, I was torn between Branch, Welker, and Edelman. So I was like, let me just throw back even more with I'll do Deion Branch. And then my running backs, I'd probably choose Curtis Martin, even though I wish he spent a little bit more time in New England, but we obviously know he ended up being a Jet. And then I'll probably go with James White just to mix up the offense a little bit. One of the best, probably the best pass catching running back in New England history. You saw what he did in the Super Bowl against
special.
Kenny's Falcons, like 22 completions or close to that. He won Super Bowl MVP, even though it was really Tom Brady, but Brady referred it to James White because of the performance. So, yeah, those are my picks. It's a very championship field squad, but someone has to make the tough decisions on the lineup.
Yeah, definitely. Man, we appreciate everybody for tuning in to IBTE Sports Podcast here. Got my boy Kenny and Phil with me. Neil is not here today if you were expecting him. I want to take time to shout out my boy Rick, Rosario, Mark, Devon, and Darnell for all the work they do on the network. And shout out to George in the chat here. George, if you want to put your YouTube in the chat for people to check you out, we appreciate you for commenting and leaving feedback for us too. So you definitely got a friend in us and at IBT. Just want to let you know. So going from there, man, we really didn't want to see the Rams from here on out. Like, I was ready for them to go on a downturn, for the team to just blow up and have Aaron Donald waste his career. But Sean McVay.
He's a genius. He's a genius.
He goes and trades contract or just trade. They didn't even matter about the contracts. He just went and traded for a quarterback that we all know is tough as shit. Gunslinger. Deep ball accuracy is probably top. It's what y'all say top. I say top 3.
Top 3, yeah.
It might be Mahomes on him.
Yeah, because nuts. So how do y'all feel about the trade that went down? As far as Matt Stafford for Jared Goff.
Phenomenal. I said last week on the podcast that whoever gets Matt Stafford is going to be very happy, and he's going to be the sneaky steal of this offseason, even if Watson gets moved. But I didn't expect him to go to L.A., where he's definitely going to be the sneaky steal of the offseason. I mean, look at what McVay did with Goff. Like, imagine having a quarterback that can play quarterback. Like, McVay was in Goff's headset up until the snap, like having to tell him what to do. He doesn't need to do that with Matt Stafford. Yep. Like, this is going to be scary. Stafford has plenty of weapons now. He has a defense. He has an offensive-minded coach that knows what he's doing. He has competent front office. And this is a match made in heaven for both sides. Do I think they may have given up a little bit too much for a 33-year-old quarterback? Yeah. But if you think that you have to win within the next 2 to 3 years, you got to do what you got to do to win.
Yeah. And one thing about before Phil goes, what I like about Matt Stafford is he's been in so many close games where he's done his part, but they don't have a defense. He shows up time and time again. Because I remember, I forget, I don't know if it was Thanksgiving. I think the Saints were playing them 2015. It might have been Thanksgiving or it was just during the regular season game. And they were down by like 30. And they end up coming back into the game in New Orleans. And it comes down to with him having the ball on like the 30-yard line. He has to throw like a deep pass and it's just incomplete. But I think about those games where he's been in, but he doesn't have a defense. Now he's really going to have a defense. He's going to have somebody to back him up. So, I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. Yo, hey, shout out to Kenny Brown, man. I see you doing your streaming thing, man. Keep it pushing. For real. Keep going, for real. But how you feel about that, Phil?
Well, I mean, the Rams obviously needed to change something up because it just wasn't working because he can barely do this. So, yeah, needed to change something up.
Yo, hold on. Keenan is crazy, bro. He said we're nil. Like, yeah, Nil's not feeling good today, man. He's not here. Yeah, make sure you hit share on this, man. Smash the share button. Make sure you go subscribe. All of that. He said my son at Proctor Park playing horse with Mr. Fauci. Oh man. Yo, if y'all don't know Keenan, bro, Keenan top 5, bro.
Keenan might be the funniest from the town.
He top 5 funniest people alive. Bro, you funny, bro. Go ahead, Phil. My fault for interrupting you again.
Yeah, I'm used to it. Let's see. They obviously needed to make a move, and Matt Stafford obviously needed to go somewhere. His time in Detroit was obviously up. He gave so much to that organization. He deserves to play for a winner or someone that at least looks like a winner. So, I mean, I think this was a good move by both teams, but I think slightly Detroit got the better end of this deal because of the first round picks, even though they will be like sort of late first round picks. But it's a win win for Goff and Stafford because Goff doesn't have to play his whole career with Detroit, and Stafford finally gets some weapons. But hopefully they beef up that O line a little bit more for the Rams. But I think it's a solid trade for everyone involved.
Yeah, definitely.
Listen, the O line he's been playing behind in Detroit, I don't think he cares.
Yeah. He said, "All right, you give me 4 seconds to throw the ball, I'm good." Before I had one.
Right.
Oh man, that guy tough, man. That guy is he's tough. Man, Deshaun, there's a lot of quarterback nonsense going on. We're gonna let Kenny go to after this one. You had the scoop, the text messages going on, but let's get right into Houston. Houston.
We have a problem.
What is going on? Your top 2 players are trying to leave.
The Matt Stafford trade may be the worst thing to ever happen to Deshaun Watson, just so we're all clear here. Because if Matt Stafford demanded that much on the trade market, first of all, Houston says they're not even picking up the phone, right? So you're going to have to blow them away to begin with. And now if Matt Stafford got that many first-round picks, they're going to ask for 5 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson.
But the thing is, the Rams don't value those picks ever.
No, they don't at all. But if you're Houston and you just see that Matt Stafford went for 2 first-round picks, Jared Goff was the number 1 overall pick and a 3rd-round pick, I'm not taking anything less than 4 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson. and a starter.
So, and a starter.
Because my guy's 25 years old and locked into a contract.
Yep.
You got a 33-year-old who's only on a demand for 2 more years.
Yep.
But the GM in Houston and the coach have both said, we're not moving Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson says he ain't coming to play for them next year. So I don't know how this is going to work out because it's just a terrible situation all the way around.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is really crazy. And then you see Brett Favre, Wrangler man, come out of nowhere with his opinion that doesn't mean shit.
What did he say?
He basically was just saying, stay there. You have an obligation to the organization. This is not 2002. This is not 1995, Brett Favre. Players are owning their careers. The players need to take control of their lives, what they want to do with their career. Being stuck in one place. Imagine if Matt Stafford left 5 years ago.
Right.
And now he's waiting until he's 33, and he's gonna have to try to, on the back end of his years, try to get a Super Bowl.
The craziest part about Brett Favre saying this though is does Brett I don't know, he must have amnesia or something, because he was sick when they brought in Aaron Rodgers, so sick to the point that he retired so that he can come back a couple months later and go play for the Jets, and then retire again when the Jets suck so he can go and play in Minnesota. So I'm really trying to understand why Brett Favre is the guy that we got talking about players need to honor their contracts and stay with their teams.
And yeah,
so ridiculous.
Watson has done more than enough for the organization already, because he's been a top 10, top 5, arguably quarterback ever since his second year. So he's already done more than enough. Plus,
he led the league in passing too.
Right.
He's a special talent, man.
Him and Hopkins was a deadly duo, and you can't expect him to. You already shipped off Hopkins. What else do you have, basically?
Right.
Yeah.
The only reason I will say Watson messed up is he signed the contract after they traded DeAndre Hopkins. So they showed you right there they were incompetent. I would not have trusted them and signed the contract. But that doesn't mean he's obligated to them, though.
Yeah, that's very true. And the his agent came out and was just basically shut up, Brett Favre. He said stop throwing stones from your glass house or something like that, which is crazy. Yeah. Oh, yo, shout out to Ephraim in the chat. What's good, bro? What's good?
From the manager and the owner saying we're not picking up the phone right now, that pretty much. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with this, but
Nah, that's PR. That's PR. They picking up the phone. That's PR for sure.
That pretty much said to me, up the price. You gotta give us way more than what we're asking for right now. If you want him, you're gonna have to bump up that price. So.
Oh, that's a fact. But when the price is already probably 4 first-round picks, I don't know how much more they want.
They want the next 6 years.
That's
washing machine. They want everything.
They want 42 picks. They want all your picks from all rounds from 7 years from now.
I don't understand who has the pieces to make it happen. That's the problem right now for Deshaun Watson.
The only team that does is it's not going to happen is the Dolphins. Dolphins are the one with they got 2 picks in the first 15 picks.
Right, you give them both of them. You give them Tua. You give them next year's first. And even then, they're still going to.
Are you willing to do that? Because this draft is, I think, pretty good. I would say, even from outside of the quarterback position.
Realistically, if I'm Miami, I might think about doing it because what did they need this year? They went 10-6. They were really without a quarterback because Tua, he just wasn't ready yet. He might be, but this year he just wasn't ready.
Listen, you literally are changing quarterbacks in the third quarter in the middle of a game that is a one-possession game. Exactly. I would be like, all right, y'all, you take these 2 picks. There you go. That's your revamped team right there. You're good. You can get your quarterback and go get a receiver to play with them or whatever it is. But for them, I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. This offseason is about to be absolutely nuts. Yeah. It's going to be nuts. You don't know what Tom Brady's going to do if he loses. You don't know what he's going to do if he wins. So, like, he could leave, and then the Bucks go, boop, right back down.
But he's already talking about next year. They interviewed him and asked him about something about the game or whatever, and he goes, we're going to be even better next year because we're all going to – I was like, damn, this man don't age. He don't get worse. He just keeps coming back.
He put the time into his body. That's why.
Absolutely. That's avocado ice cream. I got to get on the wave.
So who knows how long down.
Oh, man.
He might be the Saints quarterback like when he's 45, 46.
What'd you say?
Who knows who could play next?
Bro, that would be if he does that. He probably listen. If he goes to another team in the same division and win the Super Bowl, all right, he the best. He the best. He's
the greatest athlete ever.
Yeah, if he does that at that point,
would you accept him if he came to the Saints?
You don't hear me crying about quarterback. Whoever's there, you can't complain. All I want them to do is win. If it's by 1 point or 2 points, if it was by 30 points, all I care about. Whoever's at quarterback, we could have had what's the backup for Baltimore? Tyler Huntley, or whatever. I would have if the Saints go 12-4, 13-3 with him. I don't care. He's winning. He's winning games. Plain and simple. Like you ain't gonna ever hear me complaining about the quarterback. The only thing I'm worried about with Taysom Hill is the pulling down and running every 2 seconds, because his body. You're not gonna last. Not gonna be able to drive the ball down the field because you've been getting hit by Devin White 20 times because you ran the ball 25 times. You feel me? And those things, that takes a factor for the running quarterbacks. They may not say that, but it definitely does. Be able to drive and throw the ball deeper than you usually do. But let's get right into the speculation that Kenny found out today, which I found was interesting. Real interesting.
Listen, I want to start this off by telling people I don't believe it. There's been nothing to confirm it, but there also hasn't been people coming out denying it, so I don't know. Yesterday I saw going around the internet that there was a possibility that Andrew Luck might be coming back. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that, we hear this stuff all the time. Then today there were leaked text messages from a family friend and Andrew Luck's wife saying that he was meeting with Jimmy from the Colts because he was upset and he misses football and he's never been happier than when he's playing football. Now, do I think that he really had lunch with Jimmy from the Colts? No. Do I think that this is a real text message? No. But in the same breath, why has Andrew Luck not come out and said, yo, I'm happy with retirement, let me be? So it makes you just go, is it possible that even if this isn't true, is there still a part of Andrew Luck that's like, I don't know, maybe I will come back?
And if he comes back, that shakes up everything again. Because now people are going to, people are flocking. They're going to, oh, Andrew Luck, yeah, we got to get him.
And I'm not sure how that works because he's set out 2 years now, not just the one like Gronk. So if he comes back, I'm not sure if he still is under contract to Indy or not.
It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know.
I'll take another line saying.
um, let's
Phil,
go.
hang it up. Matt Stafford said he didn't want to go there. No one wants to play for them no more. It's not what it used to be.
It's gonna be interesting.
All right, so let's get right into the Super Bowl matchup here. We got the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's start off. What's the 3 words that y'all describing for this game? 3 descriptive words, or three word phrase, I guess.
I'll let you go, Phil.
Phil's got like 15 of them.
I'm gonna need a minute.
Phil's been talking about the 3-word thing all week, and he didn't come prepared with one. I'll go. So my 3 words for this week to go with my pick are watch the throne, because Patrick Mahomes is coming for you, Tom. He's going to win. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be a 2-possession game, and the start of a new dynasty is here. So watch the throne, Tom.
My 3 words are gonna be goat, baby goat, because we're about to see a whole bunch of greatness in this game.
Right.
Both rosters are loaded. When's the last time we had a Super Bowl like this, where multiple the 2 top receivers on each team could be all pro, first team ever?
No,
Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, you got Goodwin, you got, I don't know, AB might be coming, or Godwin. He might be, AB might be coming back. Did they say he's coming back?
I think so.
He's not missing this. This is his first Super Bowl. He's gonna drag his leg out there. There's no way he's missing. You got Mike Evans too.
I know Pittsburgh is tight right now. Watching Bell and Brown get a chance to compete in the Super Bowl.
Bell hasn't been doing shit though.
I had this conversation with my mom, who's a Steelers fan, actually, the other day. And I say, I actually don't think Pittsburgh is that upset. Because when you think about it, just follow me here. Le'Veon Bell, they actually kind of left on reasonable terms. Like, it was, like, at first they, he wanted to get paid, but we don't want to pay you. It was kind of like a thing, like, so, we're going to go our separate ways. It was kind of, it wasn't an ugly breakup. AB, on the other hand, it was an ugly breakup, but it was a breakup that needed to happen. And the good thing is, though, Pittsburgh looks like the geniuses because they got rid of him before he went crazy. So, like, at the end of the day, it's like, right. They left Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh is like, we didn't want you. So, I don't know. I don't know too many Steeler fans that are really upset about them.
Yeah.
I got my 3 words. Okay.
Yeah, 3 words. I almost forgot. We was about to skip you. I forgot you didn't even do it.
Kenny off real quick.
All right. He said I'm picking option 79 out of 200.
Right. 202. So my 3 words is welcome back, Brady. So basically, I mean, this whole decade or the last 20 years, Brady's been a proven winner, and he took a year off last year. Patriots weren't that good, so he reloaded with the Bucks, and now he's.
Wait, say that again. Patriots what?
Patriots weren't good. I can admit that. Like I said,
we gotta clip that.
we're a mid to low level team, so yeah, he, like I said, I think last week or the week before, he had one more Super Bowl win in him, and I think this is the year, either this year or next year. So
this would be number 7.
Yep, number 7. And think about the ramifications if you want.
That shit crazy.
Jordan's gonna come out of retirement to try to bring number 7. We're just gonna see a whole bunch of athletes trying to at least pass Tom Brady.
You're crazy.
I mean, no, I saw that off of meme.
all these guys said, all right, Wilt Chamberlain is gonna come back. Bill Russell's gonna come back. He's gonna be like, he's got 7
in a Lakers jersey. It's hilarious. Like Michael Jordan signs with the Los Angeles Lakers after Tom Brady's Super Bowl win.
So let's break the game down, man. Let's break the game down. Kenny, how you feeling about this game? What's your initial stab at the game here?
I mean, it's going to sound crazy, but I just really think that the Chiefs, they run away with it. It sounds stupid. It sounds crazy, but we saw the first time they played each other, the Chiefs had a chance to run away with it. They took their foot off the gas pedal. I don't see that happening this time. And I know everyone says, it's different when you play each other, like watch the Saints beat them, and then it didn't happen. But this ain't the Saints. This is Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and that defense is playing out of their mind lately. Who, who? What's the weakness of the Buccaneers defense? Their secondary. What's the strength of the Chiefs offense? Their passing game.
That boy had 200. He had 270 in the first half.
That's what I'm saying. So I can't. Who guards him? Who guards Kelce? Sammy Watkins. It says coming back. Sorry. It was a fun run, Tom. You won the NFC. You showed us all. Done. Not today.
Man, oh man, yo! Shout out to Otto. He's in the chat. If you just tuning in, welcome to IBTE Sports Podcast. Got my boy Kenny and Phil with me right now, and we're on. We've hit on what we talked about. Andrew Luck potentially coming back. J.J. Watt and Deshaun Watson one out of Houston. Our all-time favorite teams, our favorite players for our favorite teams. What else we hit on?
We're talking about the awards later on.
Yeah, we're gonna hit on the awards. We're gonna definitely get y'all a little upset. Definitely got some picks in there that's gonna get people frustrated. But I think with this whole Chiefs and Bucks, I have the Chiefs winning. For the simple fact is that secondary, like you said, Kenny, is very food. They're very suspect. Sean Murphy Bunting. He's a quality player, but what's Dean's first name? Dean
Jamel Dean.
He's barbecue chicken, like he's rotisserie. His technique is horrific. I can't fathom how he's an NFL corner. I don't get it. Because I was watching some stuff back and I said how was he allowed to guard these world-class athletes and then keep a job week in and week out? There's nobody on the Bucks defense that's going to be able to stop Kelce. He gets open on anybody. It doesn't matter. You can double team him. He still finds ways. If they can get to Patrick Mahomes, it'll be an interesting game. But I doubt it. Everybody's blitzed them all season. The Saints did it, weren't successful. Like, they were successful probably 2 or 3 plays. Other than that, he makes a miraculous throw downfield to somebody that's wide open. But I got the Chiefs. For me, I think it's going to be 2 possessions, like Kenny said too. I think the Bucks get out to a quicker start than the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs are like, all right, we are who we are. All right, let's go get these bums out of here, and then they just take off. Because that's usually what happens in the games anyway. They've been one thing that's been surprising for them this season for me is they pretty much play down to their competition until the game gets close, and then they step on their necks, which I don't know why they do, but they do it. The Steelers do it a lot too. They do it almost every game. But like I said, I think the Chiefs, man. I don't see Mahomes in them. They're taking this personal too. From their social media and the interviews they've done so far, and then the little fake. I appreciate what you did for the tight end position. Kelce, you're good. Gronk, you're good too. Thank you for everything you've done for the position. I know Kelce feels like I'm better than him.
They're both 31, shockingly.
That's what's crazy is they're both the same age, and
Yeah.
Kelsey's only getting better, and Gronk was out of football last year.
Yeah. So I got the Chiefs. I don't think, man. If the Bucks DNs come out hell bent, then it could be a good game. But I don't see it mattering. Mahomes, too much. Plain and simple.
Well, I guess just like last week, I'm the only one picking the Bucks, or the week before, I'm the only one picking the Bucks. And I mean, not only personally, because if you heard about our standings for the pick'ems, me and Lawrence are tied. So I mean, I was gonna pick the Bucks regardless, but this just helps put the icing on me coming in first place for pick'em. So basically,
it's not gonna happen, bro.
You better play for the tie.
Yeah, definitely.
we always go for the win. So I mean, like Lawrence said, if the Bucks want to have a chance on Mahomes, the DNs are gonna have to be hell bent, and I mean, if you look at the Chiefs O line, they're severely weakened. So I
Mm-hmm.
see them having that type of game because they're going to need it. Also, I see this game coming out just like the Patriots and Eagles Super Bowl, very high scoring, but it's going to come down to a last second field goal by the Bucks, and that's how they're going to win. And it's just going to be like I mentioned earlier, everyone bet the
Kenny's it come down to a kicker after all of this?
it,
No, no way.
it's a Tom Brady Super Bowl. It's going to come down to the kicker.
Nah, one of them gonna be down by 4 points and they're gonna have to score. That's how it's gonna end. It's not gonna end by no kick.
That's
No
how
way.
I mean, we've seen a
Go
lot
back and run every one of Phil's predictions. It always comes down to a field goal every week.
field goal or win by 4 or like it's one of those two. I always pick between one of those two, but I went with field goal kicker this time.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean Tyreek Hill did go off the first matchup, and if you look at the end results, the game was a lot closer than what that first half went. So
Because they took their foot off the gas pedal because they didn't need it to anymore.
Yeah.
hey, that's on them. That's not on. I mean, the Bucks.
Who won the game? Wait, they were able to take their foot off the gas pedal and they still won the game.
Yeah, but the Bucks still had the potential to at least come back. Though. You gotta look at the final score though.
Oh man.
Yeah, the final score is a W for Kansas City.
Yeah,
Big
not
dub,
as bad
big
as
dub.
we thought it'd be in the first half though.
Big
So,
dub.
I'm just saying the secondary is the weak point, but if the linebackers and the D line goes all out, that can soften the blow for the Bucks. So I just see it playing out like that. I know it's not the popular pick or not what a lot of people are gonna think, but I see it.
You know what happens when they send the house? He sends a check down pass to Edwards-Helaire or Le'Veon Bell in the backfield. He has two phenomenal running backs that catch the ball in the backfield. That's the scary part about it. What do? You blitz them? Oh, okay. I'm just going to check down to my great running back. Oh, you're going to give me time in the pocket? I'll give Tyreek Hill the ball downfield.
Crazy.
Oh, you don't want to do that? I'll throw it short to Travis Kelce, and he's just going to run over everybody.
Pieces everywhere.
No one said it was going to be easy, but I know it's not the.
And all week, the past 2 weeks, every time I put on sports media, all they're doing is talking about the Bucks and Tom Brady. Like the Chiefs didn't just win the Super Bowl last year. I understand it. I understand it's a great story. It really is. But there are two teams playing this week, and one of them has an all-time great quarterback that just won a Super Bowl last year.
That's true.
Yeah, that boy accomplished a 50 clip in his first 3 years, and then a Super Bowl MVP and MVP. Yikes.
So I mean, it's whatever. If people say what you got to say, but keep disrespecting Kansas City, and they're going to keep making us pay, and we're going to be watching them in the Super Bowl for the next 5 years.
Hey, something got to give.
The Warriors effect. Kansas City Warriors.
Shout out to Hannah for watching.
Oh man, but shit. What? So, who is to you guys not the MVP? Who is the X factor in this game for the team that you think is going to win?
I'm going with Chris Jones,
Okay.
the D tackle, because if you go back and watch, every time Tom Brady performs poor, well, I won't say every time, but the past 2 times that Tom Brady has, been rattled in the Super Bowl was when Brandon Graham was given a lot of pressure in the game against Philly. I mean, he still threw over 500 yards, but in crunch time, Brandon Graham's got to him. When he played poor in that first half against the Falcons, Grady Jarrett got to him 3 times for pressure inside. So that's what you got to do is get in his face. Yeah. And I think Chris Jones has more than enough capability to get in his face.
Yeah.
He was on his burner.
Shout out to Neil, man. We appreciate you, bro. We miss you. Make sure y'all tune in to everything we got. He said every other year and every other year after that. Oh, man. Matt Stafford. He's here. Woo. Make sure y'all click that link that's pinned in the chat. We got everything that you guys need content wise on IBTE Network. We got culinary business. We got finance coming. Fitness, fashion's coming soon. We got inspirational things. We got so much. We got so much content. We got little kids content coming. If you got kids that watch, we're gonna have stuff for them also on the channel. We're putting that together too. So. Man, we talk about the Super Bowl right now. Bucks and Chiefs.
You got X Factor, Lawrence.
What happened?
You guys, your X Factor.
Me? My X Factor.
I'll go after you.
It was the X Factor last year. The Honey Badger. Wreaking havoc every which way. if he's 20 yards backpedaling, if he's got a guard Godwin in the slot, if he's got a guard Scotty thinks he's faster than Tyreek Hill Miller, he can do everything. If he has to blitz, he can do it. Those type of players, when you play in big games, they show up every single time. Like he shows up in any big game that you can run back that he's played on with the Cardinals. He showed up with the Cardinals every big game they played. What was he on the team when they were 13-3?
Oh, I don't know.
With the Cardinals.
Oh, the Cardinals?
I think he was. Yeah,
he was.
Because that was 2016. I think that was the second year. And he showed up and they fell up short, obviously, but they still were 13-3. He showed up in those games. Houston, he showed up in the Chiefs. Every big game, he shows up every single time. You can't get away around it, and you're gonna have to scheme for him too. So I'm gonna say the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
sure.
to go with the Bucks running game, Mr. Leonard Fournette, Corvette, and Ronald Jones, because we've seen in past Bucks games when they run well, they play well. So they're gonna need a big game from Bucks running back for them to be competitive with the Chiefs. So they're gonna be huge X factors coming into this game.
Yeah, because they got to keep Mahomes off the field.
Yep. Neil said he agreed with me too. He said Honey Badger for X Factor. So we saying X Factor, that's obviously a player that's making an impact, but they don't obviously get to the MVP. Who you guys feel is like who do you feel like is going to be the MVP of the game? Do you feel are we just going to say traditionally the quarterbacks?
My homeboy.
Because he's going to have to. That's if he's not the MVP, they lose.
Exactly.
Unless the defense gets two pick sixes or something crazy.
And Edwards-Helaire
like
goes for 250, and it's not happening.
He said Jones is not going to do shit. Otto said that.
I mean, you can say what you want, but Chris Jones is a bona fide stud.
Yeah, Chris Jones is nice, bro. He's
different.
Nice.
It's pretty much going to be Brady or Mahomes as the MVP because they're going to be the reasons why they win or lose, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how everyone looks at it.
That's true. Man, we've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. When's the last time we did awards? We did mid-season, what, week 7, week 8?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
so we didn't even do them all.
Yeah, we didn't even do them all. So, for everybody that's tuning in, we've been waiting. It was just us three at that point. I don't think Neil was in yet. Neil was what? I think 2 weeks after.
No, I feel like Neil might have did it because I feel like he picked Aaron Donald.
Yeah, he did. No, I think that might have been the week he actually showed up.
Yeah, I see that might have been his first week. Yeah.
So, he said Ronald. Oh, he said Ronald Jones, not Chris.
Oh
Jones.
Yeah, no. Agree with you on that one, Otto.
Yeah.
We're on the same page, bro.
Ronald Jones has he has a tough injury also. That's going to be tough to come back and be sitting out for 2 weeks. He has no explosion. Like when he run, he can probably run 1 in every 20 snaps. He can take an actual sprint. He can play running back, but he ain't gonna be effective.
All that matters is the player of the year.
All right, so let's get right into it. We're gonna start off with comeback player of the year. Who do you guys feel like is comeback player of the year and why?
Let's go, Phil. Let's see what you got to say.
I mean, there's a bunch of options we can pick: Alex Smith, Big Ben, or other players. Well, who's also a dark horse candidate, Rob Gronkowski. Completely, we pride ourselves on this podcast showing no bias at all.
Vegas said plus 2,200 on that. He ain't winning that shit.
For this year, Rob Gronkowski has about 620 something yards plus 7 touchdowns. That's kind of impressive coming off of an off year where he just relaxed and did partying and some other stuff. So just getting off the couch and doing that.
I guess. We'll give you that one because that's your boy. But you're stretching it with the 600 yards. That boy, was dormant. He was dormant for about 11 weeks.
If there was nobody else that qualified for this award, then you can make that argument. But.
Yeah,
he just had to stretch his legs up for like the first.
All right. I'm gonna get right to it. Alex Smith, the boy almost amputated his leg by breaking his leg, which is just absolutely insane. And the fact that he came back. Because I don't know what my mentor would be. I had one serious injury, and I thought about like, all right, this is it. I'm not playing this game no more. Like dislocated my knee. I was like, oh, I'm not playing this shit no more. But to break your leg and almost die from it, and then want to come back and play that same game that almost cost you your life, definitely comeback player of the year. In my book, and for the simple fact that he literally led his team to the playoffs. Even he wasn't there all the weeks. How many weeks he missed? Probably 3 or 4.
Yeah, I forgot what week he came in, but he went 5-1, so we only played 6 weeks.
So like that,
I don't know what week he came in.
Like that's impressive. Like to come in and be that effective, this is really impressive. So I'm gonna definitely say Alex Smith on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Alex Smith as well. Earlier in the year, I thought I was gonna lean towards Big Ben because they started 11-0, and it was just if they went 16-0, it would have been impossible to not pick him. But down the stretch, they flamed out. So I'm just going to give it to Alex Smith based off he went 5-1 as a starter. Mm-hmm. He had no leg. He brought that team to the playoffs. It's a great story. And I've seen people on social media say they should change the award to the Alex Smith Award, and it 100% should be because we're never going to see anything like this again.
Definitely. That was Joe Theismann type of injury, and for him to come back is insane.
Like
insane.
That was crazy.
And we were all. I think everybody, to be honest, was rooting for Washington. If you hated the NFC East and you hated the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Eagles, you were rooting for Washington. Like I think a lot of people,
the saving grace of that division.
I think a lot of people are like, "Let's go Washington. We can't have those other 3 in the playoffs." Like I think it was. It had to be. It was Washington, the Giants, the Eagles, and then the Cowboys. I think that was the order. Everybody was like, all right.
I really don't think. I think it's Washington and then everybody else. I don't think
it wasn't.
We don't like the other 3 at all.
At all. Oh man. All right. So going from there, who should we do, man? Let's go. Let's get right into Coach of the Year. I'm interested. I think we all gonna have different ones.
Yeah, I think we will.
I can't wait to hear. Kenny, you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
All year, people, you've heard me. Cleveland Browns this.
Oh, this is crazy.
But I promise you, I do not hate the Cleveland Browns. And I'm proving it by telling you that Kevin Stefanski is the Coach of the Year this year.
Wow.
By bringing Cleveland to the playoffs. I wanted to pick Brian Flores, but they didn't make the playoffs. So you know what? Kevin Stefanski, you did a darn good job there. You proved to me that Cleveland is not Cleveland. They are a new team. This is a new regime, and it's all because of you. Good job. Take this award.
We got Chet Lucani in the chat. He said he whooped both of us in fantasy.
But he didn't win the title, so.
But yeah, that's what we're saying. Are you celebrating becoming an almost winner? Like
celebrating third place.
So right, but don't worry. Matt Stafford will be on my team next year, and I will not lose. Don't worry, because he might be top 3 pick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might reach.
I'm taking him early.
I might reach.
First 5 rounds.
I don't care. Man, he has an old line and he has actual pieces to throw to. 2
My
tight ends.
goes Mahomes and then Matt Stafford.
For me, Coach of the Year has been I think one of the hottest teams in the league. I think has been the Buffalo Bills. Sean McDermott. He's done a great job every single year. You don't hear anything come out of Buffalo negative. If you think about it, like from the locker room, whatever it is, there's nothing negative at all. I can't even think of the last time. The last time I don't even know.
Vontae Davis quitting at halftime, I believe.
That was the Colts.
No, he was on Buffalo when you were.
He was on Buffalo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But that was on his weak mental at that point.
That's the only thing I could think of, to be honest.
Yeah. Nah, he said Kenny owed me lunch for the whooping he got.
That's a fact. We did have a bet. I do owe him lunch.
Oh man. But I'm gonna say Sean McDermott because I feel like he's done a good job at keeping the locker room the way it is supposed to be in the pros. You don't hear any nonsense coming from them. They have a bunch of players that are very good. They have a lot of homegrown talent too, where they picked their draft picks. Is not really a lot of trades, I don't think. Other than Diggs is probably the most recent, right? I want to say it is.
Yeah, Diggs, because they just got him this year.
Yeah,
But
so
Teron Johnson was drafted. Levi Wallace was drafted. Trey Edmonds was drafted. Ed Oliver was drafted. Josh Allen was drafted.
Davis White was drafted too, right?
yeah,
Who?
so-
Davis White.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah,
And they traded back and got Tre'Davious White. Actually, Tre'Davious White, fun fact, the Chiefs traded up with the Bills to get Patrick Mahomes. Bills traded back and got Tre'Davious White.
Wow. They got both. They both got hell of players, but he's definitely. I think he's top 5 corner. But like I said, I think they just played. They just like carried themselves well. You don't hear any nonsense, and I think that holds a lot of weight when you look at teams and then you think about the coach. He's a direct reflection of like who that team is. So I'm gonna say coach of the year. Obviously, they had Josh Allen, MVP caliber this year. Where they go 12-4.
13-3, I believe.
13-3.
I think so.
I think it is.
Yeah,
But yeah, like I said, I think it's Sean. Just from that standpoint, is they just did a good job this year. I think, and I just like watching Buffalo play football. They just play. They don't complain, and that's it. So Sean McDermott, Buffalo Bills, coach of the year for me.
Yeah, well, that was my pick as well. Just amazing things they did in Buffalo. Plus, making Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs the phenomenal duo they was this year. I mean, we all knew Stephon Diggs is an amazing talent ever since Minnesota. The biggest challenge was what can we do with Josh Allen after he's struggled the first 2 years, and he was really a key in helping Josh Allen throw maybe like some could say MVP type of year, but he definitely did a lot to help that Bills offense, which was one of the struggling points when he first started the job, and the way he transformed into now, it's just a good job from him.
Yeah, definitely. All right, it's Neil in the chat. Man. We're going to defensive player of the year. I'll start on this one. I think one of the most dominant players for the last 5 years, I don't know how long, is Aaron Donald, man. He's been dominant since 2017, 2018. He's shown every game that he is truly the best defensive player in the league. He has the most impact, I think, for any defensive starter in the league on any team. That goes for anybody. If for anybody that's watching in the chat and you feel like your guy is more dominant than Aaron Donald, you bumped your head. I don't care who you are, what player it is. Cam Jordan, T.J. Watt, J.J. Watt, Tyrann Mathieu, Tre'Davious White, Myles Garrett. Nobody is more dominant than Aaron Donald. He's a machine, bro. He's a machine. I don't know if y'all gonna pick different, but y'all can give the reason why. Y'all go ahead. But I feel like he's the most dominant, one of the most dominant football players that's in the game right now, hands down.
I'm pretty sure I agree with you. AD, well, what Sean McVay called him the Terminator. He's just built different than any other player. Triple team him, double team him. Every team literally has a game plan to at least try to slow him down and contain him, because there's no way you're stopping that man on any Sunday.
Bro, he's a linebacker. Listen, he's a linebacker in every intangible, but he has a D tackle body. It doesn't make sense. It's not when I because I heard about him and everything, and then I saw the Hard Knocks, and I'm like, I'm like, he like 280, but he's really pushing grown men, 340-pound linemen, and putting them on their ass. And I'm bro, never seen nothing like it. I don't know, man.
True game changer. You put him on any defense, that defense is
instant. And we thought Khalil Mack I know Neil's gonna love this. We thought Khalil Mack was gonna have this impact for this long, and Khalil Mack is no longer dominant.
Relevant.
Yeah, dominating. So I guess John Gruden was smart.
In a vacuum, it was a great trade.
Yeah. So who you got? Who you got, Kenny?
To be different, and I also think this guy is going to end up winning it because we know how these awards go. Xavier Howard. He had 10 interceptions. He led the NFL, and the Miami Dolphins, the strong suit of that team this year was their defense, and he was the anchor of their defense. So just to throw someone different out there and a guy who I think is going to win it, who probably shouldn't win it, but is going to win it, is Xavier Howard.
Yeah,
and he did that with.
And they played
also on the team as well.
Yeah, they played it. They play in a good. Their defense was pretty good this year too. So
everyone thought Byron Jones was the top corner after coming from Dallas, but it turned out to be Xavier Howard.
Well, he's always been up top 10, top 15 type player.
Byron Jones is the number 1 paid cornerback in the NFL. Xavier Howard is the number 2 paid cornerback in the NFL. So he's right up there, and he lived up to his contract this year.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know Aaron Donald, Xavier Howard, it's gonna be tough. I don't know. Aaron Donald had 13 and a half, which was pretty impressive.
Making a case.
TJ Watt, 10 more tackles, 5. Yeah, but he's not better than Aaron Donald.
And TJ Watt he comes off the edge. You're supposed to have more sacks. The fact that Aaron Donald
is in
the league,
exactly
in the top 5 for sacks is impressive because he comes from the inside. Those are run stuffers, and he is not a run stuffer. He is a game wrecker.
Keith, we gotta figure something out. We'll probably talk to you after this. We gotta figure something out because we like to keep a flow, and I have not tried 5 people yet, so that would be really. I don't know how that's gonna go, but we could definitely try to figure something out.
Tony Reale for that.
Neil said Troy Aikman is the best he's ever seen. So we're talking about Aaron Donald.
Yeah, Troy Aikman said Aaron Donald's the best he's ever seen.
Are we saying he's better than the person with the same name as me? Because that guy helped put the tight end on the map.
Listen, that's just what Troy Aikman said, but no, he's not better than Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor is he's probably the most dominant player to ever play from the defensive side because he really had an entire offensive coordinator create or implement the tight end position way more because you couldn't leave him one-on-one with a tackle or he's immediate sack.
He's the reason that left tackles get paid as much money as they get paid.
Yes. He said keep these delusional Bills fans out of here. But oh man, I don't know. Lawrence Taylor was something. He's special, man. He's special. And listen, Bill Belichick said he's the best football player he's ever seen. He said that on multiple occasions. So I don't know, man. We slow your roll. We gonna get there. We gonna get to the MVP. We're making our way down the list. Let's get right into offensive player of the year. Phil, you can go first. I know you got some options. I know you probably got Cam Newton at the top of the list. You know, or your kicker.
Oh, yep, exactly. So highest percentage of kicking. No, I'm kidding. I'll probably have to go with Mr. Not Skittles. I was gonna say Skittles. Mr. Airheads himself. 6 touchdowns in 1 game. That New Orleans Saints running back, Alvin Kamara. His production this year just amazing. With Drew Brees being hurt and Michael Thomas, he literally had to put that entire team on his back, and it showed at times. So not a lot of running backs can do what he does. It's just he showed it with his stats. He showed it with his game-changing ability. Just one of those players you got to respect, and I think he'll get this award this year.
Yes, sir.
20-something touchdowns plus?
21 total. 1,700 all-purpose yards, receiving and rushing.
Right, he can run, he can catch, just everything.
I'm gonna extend right off. I'm gonna let Kenny go after me. Alvin Kamara. I don't care however y'all feel about this. But in today's game, when you look at the running back position, Alvin Kamara he's the best running back in the league. For me, he's the best running back in the league. Derrick Henry, amazing, true running back. Running back, but he cannot do everything that the position has. He can't do everything. Alvin Kamara could do everything. Just to fill the void of Statman, I'll give you guys some stats for Alvin Kamara here. In 16 games this season, Alvin Kamara had 932 rushing yards. And he also had 756 receiving yards. He averaged 5 yards per carry, had 16 rushing touchdowns, and he also averaged 9 yards per catch and 5 TDs. And he had 1 fumble all season. The guy is simply amazing. He had 6 touchdowns. He probably could have had 7 or 8. The Sean Payton was trying to skimp out on the incentives in his contract probably. But like I said, Alvin Kamara is unreal. I'm a Saints fan, but when it comes down to it, he had 21 touchdowns this season. He got his money and didn't hide. A lot of people get their money and they go riding off into the sunset.
Magician.
That boy put his boots on and went to work. 1,700 all-purpose yards, 21 touchdowns. That's my offensive player of the year, man.
I'm very glad you said something about someone getting paid and showing up because Derrick Henry also got paid this offseason, and Derrick Henry had 2,141 all-purpose yards this year.
Yep.
Derrick Henry had 17 touchdowns this year.
Yep.
Rushing, and Derrick Henry averaged 126.7 yards on the ground this year.
He also retired.
That's a fact.
So
that is true.
So I understand everything that you said about Alvin Kamara, and I understand all of that is true. But to sit here and keep harping on, well, he had 1,700 all-purpose yards, when there is a guy who literally had 2,100 all-purpose yards and only 3 less touchdowns and averaged 126 yards on the ground, that's the guy who gets Offensive Player of the Year, and that's the guy who probably should win the MVP, but that's a quarterback award, so he won't. So he is not getting cheated out of Offensive Player of the Year. Give it to Derrick Henry. I understand that you love the Saints, but take off the gold shaded glasses.
Wow, are you serious? Are we seriously doing this?
King Henry is winning Offensive Player of the Year.
Are you not entertained?
King Henry.
Were you not watching the Packers game as he galloped down the field for 60 yards?
Did you not watch Derrick Henry play 16 weeks this year?
Henry, listen, don't get
17?
me. People that are watching, don't get me wrong. I play running back. For me personally, for what AK does, even if I'm not a Saints fan, like I would say, yo, Cook went crazy because he's doing everything. He's running, he's catching, his blocking is he don't like the block, but
I'm not saying yes, Alvin Kamara is the back that I would want for today's game in my offense, yeah. But this year, the Offensive Player of the Year is Derrick Henry. It's not, the award isn't who is the better player for today's game or who's the better. It's who had the best season. And Derrick Henry had the best season of any player in football. So I'm giving him the Offensive Player of the Year.
All I'm saying is if AK is not there, my boy's 6-10, 5-11.
But when Drew Brees was out, he was non-existent.
Man, listen.
Am I lying?
I mean, going off that logic, who knows where the Titans will be without him? Without Derrick Henry, to be
honest.
That's
true. So, that's true. Wait, who said DA? Who's DA? Oh, Devontae Adams. Oh, Devontae Adams. Well, I don't know. We can sit here and debate it all day. Diggs went crazy. It's all opinion based.
With 2,100 yards, it's hard to argue.
Yeah, he had 2,100 rushing yards. He did.
And 17 tutties and averaged 126 yards per game.
He did that. He did that. What? For sure. He did that. He definitely did that.
Well, will the NFL realize that? That's the question.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, they give running backs Offensive Player of the Year.
Biggest impact.
They don't give them MVPs.
And Offensive Year, Stephon Diggs. Yeah. I get you could say that, but
I mean, he had a great year, but it wasn't more impressive than what Derrick Henry did.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, he ran for 2K, man. He ran for 2K. He ran for 2K. But like I said, I was just take AK. I said AK early in the season too.
And
When we did
Derrick
this
Henry
before, and
literally-
so I gotta stick to my guns. I can't switch up on my boy. He was hot. He was hot then. He hot out. Like, gotta keep it going. Gotta keep it going. All right, defensive rookie of the year, man. Who we got? Oh wait, hold on. But who had the biggest impact?
That can go so many different ways, though.
Yeah. Who had the biggest impact offensively? Who do you guys feel like?
The guy who went for 2,100 yards. I'm sorry, you're not going to get me off this pedestal. The 2,100 yards, 17 rushing touchdowns, 126
Yeah,
yards.
I don't like playing. I don't like playing the what if game of not having a person there. If they're there, they make the plays. It is what it is. You got to call it what it is. Diggs was impactful because we never seen Buffalo be able to do this, where they're able to throw the ball downfield and the receiver actually go and get it consistently. Like it'd be John Brown once in 7 passes.
Right. But like my thing with Derrick Henry is everyone in the NFL knew he's going to get the ball and like just load the box against him, and it didn't stop them. Like they would be down by 3 possessions, and you don't run the ball anymore typically. The Titans still ran the ball, and Derrick Henry led them to victories.
Yeah, that's what it's about though. Getting the ball to your best player. It be I don't know, man. I understand when these guys go ballistic on the sideline as they watch the game go away and you're not even involved. But I don't know. Like it's all subjective. Like to what you feel like with the whole Diggs thing. Diggs is an amazing player. He had an amazing year. But Derrick Henry, 2,100 rushing yards. Alvin Kamara, 21 total touchdowns. That's crazy. Yeah. And what Diggs did was crazy too. Like all these, it's tough to pick one person.
And a name we didn't even bring up, Dalvin Cook.
Like all these people went absolutely nuts this year.
And who knows what Nick Chubb could have done if he played more games too.
Right, exactly. Because he was out for 6 to 8 weeks, just about.
Yep.
So, all right, man. Let's get the defensive rookie of the year.
I think there's two options here.
There's one option.
Who?
Chase Young.
Yeah, either Chase Young or, not the popular pick, but Jeremy Chin from Carolina.
Yes, Jeremy Chin from Carolina.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna pick him though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
I don't think
he's a crash dummy at safety.
Yeah, no. Listen,
he's a problem. He's a problem for sure.
Absolutely love Chase Young, and Chase Young is going to be the better NFL player. But again, I'm basing it off this year. For the better year, Jeremy Chin was a game record for that team.
Yep.
You were about to go off and say Jeremy Chin, weren't you, Kenny?
Yeah, because when he said there was one option, I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, I had his name written down. I did a couple of his stats and all that, but I didn't think I was gonna pick him.
No, but yeah, Chase Young is the obvious pick.
7.5 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. He also had a fumble recovery for a touchdown, 3 fumble recoveries altogether. But I feel like his presence. His stats don't do justice of what we were watching on national television. Like he was in the quarterback's face, a lot of pressures, a lot of hurries and stuff like that. But Jeremy Chin too. When I was watching the Saints game against the Panthers, I was like, yeah, this kid's gonna be a problem because he's running down and he does not care.
Yep, I think that's the thing too. Is I got to see Jeremy Chin play twice, and he's in my division, so I watched those games a little bit closer. Mm-hmm. So I saw more of him than I saw of Chase Young. But I liked everything I saw from him. And for me to give an award to a division rival tells you how good that person is. If you watch his podcast, you'll understand. So I'm going Jeremy Chin.
Neil brought up a great point. We forgot about Devontae Adams. He had 18 touchdowns and 1,300 receiving yards. Is that correct? Or is that false?
Yes. Again, I'm not taking anything away from him.
I didn't know he went that crazy. Well, Tyreek Hill had 15. So it's so like Adam Thielen had 14.
It's a passive league now.
It is passive. Yeah.
Jeez. I feel like I didn't hear about nothing about him this year, but that's because it was gritty boy. It was gritty boy time over there. But that's gonna be another subject.
1374 to be exact.
So we saying Jeremy Chin and or Chase Young.
Yeah, but I'm leaning towards Chase Young.
Chase Young.
I'm going with Chin.
Respect. Going from there, man. We going right into offensive rookie of the year. Kenny, you can go first, man. Who you got for offensive rookie of the year?
If I had a vote, I'm voting for Justin Jefferson. The person who will win the award is going to be Justin Herbert because it's a quarterback award, let's face it. But I'm voting for Justin Jefferson. What he did to me was phenomenal. He did it all while having another number one receiver on the other side of him. So for him to get his numbers is impressive when the other guy's still eating. And he did it with Kirk Cousins as his quarterback.
Get the gut. Hey, get the gut.
So I'm going with Justin Jefferson. I think it was impressive. I think he's the best receiver in this rookie class. The fact that he wasn't the first receiver taken, the slap in his face, and the other 4 teams should feel a little silly for what they did.
Bro, I was sitting there, bro. I'm sitting there like, yo, how were they letting this man fall? Were you not watching?
Like Henry Ruggs. I could understand maybe Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb going before him. I can get that.
Henry Ruggs,
but Henry Ruggs
and
like Jalen Reagor,
no.
Fire your GM yesterday.
Bro, I don't get it. I don't know. What else did you want to watch? He was a part of one of the best offenses in college football history.
Couldn't tell you, but they all messed up. Because there's your rookie of the year, Justin Jefferson.
I'm saying here, man, before I do go, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Welcome to IBTE Sports Podcast. We are talking about end of the season awards for the NFL. We're on Offensive Rookie of the Year right here. My boy Kenny and Phil. Neil is not here today. He's in the chat though. But before I go here, I wanted to say I feel like these awards are you can go so many ways. Justin Jefferson went absolutely ridiculous. 1,400 receiving yards, 7 TDs. But I was gonna pick him. I'm just for the sake of argument here, switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna say the boy out of Duval, James Robinson, undrafted, and went to absolute work on defenses week in and week out. His stats may not be crazy. He had 10 total TDs, 3 receiving, 7 rushing, and he rushed for over 1,000 yards. I think that's pretty impressive for being undrafted. So I want to definitely give him a shout out on that one because he's going to work, and I had to face him a lot in fantasy because I was in 6 leagues. I had to face him 3 times in a row, and he was going off. He would have 64 yards rushing, 64 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. And I'm like, what is this? I'm like, who is this? Who is this? They have him in their flex, and he's just killing me every week because I'm in 6 leagues. And I'm like, bro, this is nonsense. But definitely want to show him some love and switch it up from just picking Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is special, though. I wanted the Saints to go and get him because I can only imagine him. I think he's from down there, or I think Georgia or one of the states down there. But he went to LSU, be perfect place, man. But I'm gonna say James Robinson from Jacksonville. Who you got, Phil?
Well, you guys already said just Jefferson and James Robinson. And I'm just gonna make the case, which is probably already made for the front runner, Justin Herbert from the Chargers. Just had an amazing season with a banged up team overall. He broke a bunch of rookie records for passing, most passing yards in a season for a rookie, about 4,300 around that number. Most passing touchdowns with 31, and the most completions with 396. I mean, that's pretty much speaks for itself. And we usually see those type of stats win plenty of awards, and that's just his first year. Who knows what else he's capable of? Maybe get the offense a little bit better, and maybe have a healthier defense. Who knows what he's capable of? So I got him just making my case for him winning that award, since he'll most likely win it.
Yeah, I think he ends up winning the award, and I don't think that's the wrong choice. Just had to show love to Justin Jefferson because I don't want his phenomenal season to get lost in all of this, because that's what's going to happen. Because
he was just he's playing out of his mind. He was driving DBs crazy with that gritty dance. Hey man, you don't like people to dance or celebrate? Stop them.
It's really
You
simple.
got an opportunity to guard him at the line of scrimmage. You don't do it. If he scores, you're gonna probably see that. So, and then what we all been waiting for is the MVP. MVP, man. Phil, who do you got for MVP for the NFL season of Corona during the Corona era?
Usually, the NFL MVP is for regular season achievements. Even though some people like to throw
It is.
postseason bias in there, but
It's already been voted on.
yeah, already been voted on. But I'm gonna have to go with Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay. Best record, I think, tied or best record in the NFL. Just him and Devontae Adams, just dangerous duo this year. A lot of highlights. It's tough to go against them because Russell Wilson was an early favorite, but he fell off. Aaron Rodgers was steadily in the top 3 or top 2 of voting and performance-wise. So I'm gonna have to go with the safe choice in Aaron Rodgers.
Nice.
I'm rolling with.
Go ahead.
I'm rolling with Aaron Rodgers. For 48 touchdowns, I think it was. I know he only threw 5 interceptions. I mean, he was out of his mind this year. The Packers, you draft him, you draft a quarterback to replace him, and he says, "Oh yeah, here's what I can still do at my age." Like he played out of his mind this year. Mahomes maybe would have given him a run for his money, but then he sat out the end of the year, the last week. So, Rodgers, there was no weakness in his game this year, so I'm going with him.
Yeah, 40. Just to go off that, close to 4,000. He was 1 yard short of 4,300 yards and 48 touchdowns.
Yeah, so 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I mean, what else do you want?
It's crazy.
That's Neil. That's partially why I didn't pick Devontae Adams as my offensive player of the year, because I feel like obviously Devontae Adams is great, but I was going with Rodgers for MVP, so I felt like that was more of how great Rodgers was this year.
I think we're gonna just do a clean sweep here. 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 268 yards per game, over 8 yards per pass, 70.7% for completions.
Mr. Hail Mary himself.
372 over 526.
It's just
in 16 games.
He made guys like Marquez Valdez.
He had the highest QBR rating.
Alan Lazard.
It was 121.5.
It was third passer
rating.
Yeah,
passer rating.
It's third or fourth all time.
Yeah, that was passer rating.
Fun fact: do we know who has the best
QBR is 84.3?
Yeah. Fun fact: you know who has the best single season QB or passer rating? Matt Ryan in 2016.
Oh my gosh, bro! Get out of here with this nonsense.
Well, I'm just saying because Matt Ryan won the MVP that year, so I think that means Aaron Rodgers will win this year. Just transitive property and all. That's how it works.
And yet honorable mention for MVP is definitely Josh Allen. I think for him, they just needed to. I don't know what was missing.
He would have won MVP if Aaron Rodgers didn't go absolutely berserk this year.
Yeah, he would definitely be up there because he had 37 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
81, how many did he have rushing?
81.7 for his QBR. So he was right behind. He was right behind Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he had a great year. It's just Aaron Rodgers did Aaron Rodgers things.
Definitely. Let me see. You said Josh Allen for rushing, right?
Yeah, because he had 37 passing.
Rushing, he had. They don't even show it because he's a goddamn quarterback. He's the number one quarterback in fantasy football. That don't mean nothing.
And we might want to throw Mitchell Trubisky for being the first Nickelodeon MVP.
Chill out. He had 8 rushing touchdowns.
8. Yeah, so he had 45 touchdowns too.
Right.
Well, Rodgers had 48. So yeah.
Yeah. So, man, it's crazy. It's nuts. These quarterbacks are playing out of their minds. Any last words, fellas? Any last words for the people that's tuned in?
Free Deshaun.
Free Deshaun. Yeah, definitely. Aaron Rodgers is more of a composed vet. I think Josh Allen will come into his own soon. If they can get a running back over there, I think in his mind he feels like he's got to do everything, and once they get that handled, then he's be like, damn, I could just play quarterback. I don't have to get 8 touchdowns in a season. You know, so
And get rid of the ball. Stop taking 15-yard sacks.
yeah, that boy is
It's
crazy.
your third year in the league. There's no excuse for that anymore.
For real. But Phil, any last words from you?
7.
7? That's it?
7 rings.
Oh man.
7 rings.
Nah.
I mean, I love Phil's right,
2.
exactly.
2.
I love Phil's optimism. I love how he always rides with Tom, but not today, sir.
And we got one last thing from Keith. He asked about the Nickelodeon game. I don't have cable. I haven't had cable in I don't know how long, so I wasn't able to see the slime in the end zone and all that. I didn't see that.
Phenomenal.
It was cool.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, loved it. Awesome. I watched it with my daughter. It was great. Watching
Seriously?
the slime. Yeah, serious.
Oh,
I
wow.
wish I wish it was a game where there was more scoring though.
Yeah.
Because because there wasn't much for them to do with the effects, but it was definitely cool to watch.
So she was going crazy when they were scoring.
Yeah, because they put the animation on the screen with like slime blast in. They had the characters she watched on Nickelodeon, the cutouts in the field. So it was good. Definitely, like if you have a child, it was definitally worth watching.
Wow, whoever's on that PR team, they're like, all right, NFL kind of dying ratings wise. We got y'all.
Shout out to Noah Eagle who announced the game. Syracuse alum, graduated a couple years after me. That was also cool seeing someone I went to school with on the call.
Nice. But yeah, I'm really excited for the Super Bowl. I need to find somebody that can make buffalo chicken wing dip because I love that shit so much. I need it.
Bro, my buffalo chicken wing dip is A1 now, bro. Next time you're in the town.
All right. Yeah, but to close it out here, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in with us for this NFL season. We started in week 3. That was our first episode. I'm really grateful for like these guys that have dedicated their time. They could be doing whatever they want with their time, but they're here on a Wednesday, Thursday, whenever it is, being consistent with me. It's gonna definitely pay off. So make sure you guys tune in to everything that we got going on at IBTE Network. We have the description on this video that has all the links, all the @ to all social media at IBTE Network on all platforms. TikTok, we need to get on Pinterest. We need to get on Tumblr. I don't know if Tumblr's a thing. We need to get on Vine. I don't know if Vine's a thing anymore. We need to be on every social media. We're working on it. And make sure you guys go follow these guys too, because they're always sharing some wise words. I always learn something from what they share or post too. So, what'd you say?
Especially Neil on Twitter, definitely worth a follow.
Yeah, Neil is crazy on Twitter. He loses his mind. But yeah, appreciate everybody for rocking with IBT Sports. We're gonna be transitioning to NBA soon too. We dabbled into it a little bit. We want to put more focus on NFL. Let the season iron out, get finished, and then NBA we're gonna hit it a little bit harder. It's about what